If you're trying to decide between Bellababy versus Momcozy wearable breast pumps, then this video is for you. Now in this video, I am going to try compare apples with apples. So in this case, I am going to compare the Bellababy W40 versus the Momcozy S12 Pro. Now Momcozy does have a much wider range of wearable breast pumps. You have everything from the base model, the S9 Pro, through to the latest M9, which has app integration. But for the sake of this Momcozy versus Bellababy, I really do feel like these are the most two comparable wearable breast pumps from both ranges. Bellababy does have a much smaller range. They only have the two pumps, You've got the wearable as well as the double electric, which pumps directly into a bottle. So let's look at the Bellababy wearable breast pump and the S12 Pro. In terms of design, you can see that these are both very similar. They are the pump on top of the motor, they are the pump motor on top of the collection cup. Both collection cups are 6 ounces and they are both closed systems. You will see when I put them together that they do have a slight difference in shape. You have the little bit more angled flange with the S12 Pro, as well it is slightly smaller, so a little bit more discreet in that regard, but it is relatively minimal. In terms of flange, so these both come with a 24mm flange. They don't come with inserts or any other sizes, so that is something to consider. You will need to purchase any smaller flange inserts separately or potentially a larger 27mm flange. The good news is these are both readily available for both brands. Where they do differ is the S12 Pro comes with their double fit flange. So that is this extra rim you can see here around your flange. Now this is designed for a snug fit around your breast. So it's more comfortable, but better yet, it creates a better seal. And when you have a great seal, you're going to get better suction and less leaks. So it is really beneficial having the double fit flange. However, that said, your standard flange is perfectly fine, but that is definitely one of their main differences. In terms of suction modes and levels, now both of these have your stimulation, which is to initiate your letdown. It's the short, sharp suctions. And then you have your expression mode, which is the longer, drawn out suctions for your expression. And then they have a mixed mode. So it's a combination of both of these. But where this varies is, let me turn this on, your Bellababy has a fourth, you can see here, depth mode. Now if we listen to this, this is more for experienced pumping mums, and it is a mode that gets stronger and stronger and stronger and then releases, and it's for really drawing out your breast milk. As I said, it's a depth mode, so that is the advantage of the Bellababy over the S12 Pro, is that it does have that additional fourth mode. That said, the 3 modes is still really great. Standard is 2, so having the third mixed mode I feel is really beneficial. Having the fourth just gives you a lot more variety. Both come with the 9 different suction levels, so again, very similar or the same. You can easily tailor the suction levels to your comfort. Just remembering that the strongest suction doesn't always equal the most output because it is really based as well on your comfort level. Now, in terms of suction strength, the S12 Pro is slightly stronger at 300 millimeters of mercury versus 280 millimeters of mercury. However, they are both very powerful wearable breast pumps. Battery life, again, they have the same. They both have up to 140 minutes of runtime off a single charge. A single charge, or to recharge these, is only an hour and a half via USB, which is fantastic. But for me, the biggest difference between these two pumps is the motor life. So with the Bellababy, you get 400 hours of runtime or thereabouts. With the S12 Pro, you get 500 hours of motor life. So you really are getting 20% more motor life with your Momcozy. So how does that impact your pumping? Well, to be honest, neither of these I would use for exclusive pumping. They are both great part-time or occasional pumping, but keep in mind that if you're going to use this breast pump for multiple children or trying to use it for full-time expressing, that you probably will need to replace it at some point. Given that your average pumping session is around 20 minutes, you're then doing up to 8 sessions a day or more potentially when you're full-time pumping. So you can see how that quickly adds up. So definitely something to consider with only having the 400-hour motor life. Will you be using your pump excessively, or not even excessively? Will you be using your pump enough that you are going to go over those 400 hours of pumping? Or are you only looking for an occasional pump or wanting even just to get started on your pumping journey to see if it's possible for you? That is definitely something to consider. Okay, so that aside, in terms of LED lights, now I did turn these both on before. You can see that the S12 Pro has 4 buttons and they're actual physical buttons, whereas the Bellababy has a touch screen. It's here nor there really for me. Where it does differ, I do really like this white on black screen. With the Bellababy, I do find it's quite clear to see. However, with the Bellababy, you do not have a pause button like you do with the S12 Pro. I do really like having a pause button because sometimes you just need to readjust and stop your session. It does, it's just a handy feature. Again, with the S12 Pro, if I leave that running for a few seconds, you will see that the light turns off. So this again is just another discretion feature, especially for nighttime pumping. Although the light emitted from both of these is quite minimal, sometimes you can see it through your shirt. So again, just a little discretion feature, but something again to consider. Now, if we're looking at the noise, neither of these are particularly loud. They don't actually specify the noise level for the Bellababy, but the S12 Pro is under your 50 decibels. Just listening to them, they are very similar. There's not a noticeable difference to the ear. But noticeable differences, let's look at the price. So the Bellababy retails around the $60 mark for your double wearable breast pump. So it is a very inexpensive wearable breast pump. Again, considerations with this is it does have a shorter motor life. However, the S12 Pro is over twice the price. So which one would I look at choosing? Honestly, I feel like it really depends on how you're intending to use the pump. Overall, I think the Momcozy is a better known brand, but in terms of pumps and functionalities, they are very similar. You do get, for the added price, you do get this double fit flange, which I do really appreciate. You get the extra discretion with the slightly more breast-like shape, also with the light turning off, and then you get the convenience of having a pause button with, I should say as well, with the extra 100 hours of motor life. The Bellababy, you do get the 4th mode, and it does also come with this little hard shell case for each pump, which again, you may or may not use it, but it is a nice added in there, especially for the price point. So that's the main differences. Overall for the brand, the Bellababy versus Momcozy, they're both quite popular. I feel like Momcozy is definitely coming out on top as a known brand. They definitely have a much larger range of wearable breast pumps. So in terms of replacement parts and warranties and things, having a more known brand can be beneficial. Between these two pumps, which one would I choose? It really depends on my budget. I would possibly, even if you're going to stretch your budget a bit, consider maybe upgrading from the S12 Pro to the bestseller Momcozy M5. That does have a lot more features on offer for the price. It really does come down to how much are you going to be using your pump? Does that extra 100 hours of motor life make a big difference to you, or is your budget going to be the deciding factor? So I hope this review helps. Let me know if you have any questions and I will do my very best to answer them. Thanks.